Good afternoon and welcome to 3 o'clock with SOC. Give me a second while I welcome our Spanish speaking neighbors. Buenas tardes. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Hoy es las 3 p.m. con SOC. Si quieren acceso al programa en español, por favor marquen el número que aparece en la pantalla, que es 425-436-6200. Cuando le contestan la llamada, por favor comparten el clave o contraseña que empieza con 627 682. We offer this programming in Spanish simultaneously so our Spanish-speaking residents can join us freely. My name is Tammy Rivera. I'm the Executive Director and Lead Organizer for Southside Organizing Center, SOC, or SOC. So happy that you're here with us this afternoon. We have a whole team of folks here making this happen. We have our production team, Marisol Diaz, and it looks like today our Civic Engagement Manager, Gabe, is working to produce the program as several of our staff have gotten trained. So very proud and excited to see them do that. And you can reach our staff in all the ways that you normally do, except for in person at this time. And we are looking forward to when we can see you again, as we have done in all our years. You can still reach us at our typical phone number, 672-8900. You can email us at soc@socmilwaukee.org, and you can visit our website at socmilwaukee.org. And you can reach all of our staff still. Everybody's working virtually, even our youth organizers. So we're very happy to remain with you. Today, we are doing a regular show, and I'm happy to report that many of you are cooperating with doing our surveys, and there's 2 messages. Can we make the forum shorter? And we're going to work on that. And that you like having guests. So instead of having guests as a special feature, we're going to try to incorporate those on a regular basis, right in response to the feedback that you're giving to us, because that's what we're trying to do, is meet your needs. This week, this is what we have lined up for you. Yesterday, if you were with us, the mayor was on to talk about the Moving Milwaukee Forward plan in response to the Wisconsin Supreme Court striking down the Governor Evers Safer at Home plan. Municipalities, cities and municipalities have to decide for themselves what they're going to take forward. And our city leadership had already prepared the plan and was able to continue asking us to abide by very similar to Safer at Home guidelines, and the mayor shared that with us yesterday. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, we have a dear friend and colleague, Nelson Soler, with us. He is the founder of the Latino Chamber of Commerce and the Latino Entrepreneurial Network. And then Thursday, our own City of Milwaukee Health Commissioner, Jeanette Kowalik, will be back with us. And on Friday, Jean Gerasi, the Executive Director of the Benedict Center, will be with us. So we got some great programming and subject matter experts and leaders ready to give you correct, accurate, original source information. And then next week, we will have the ACLU with us to weigh in on some of the legal activities that are taking place in the state. And so you don't want to miss the program and responding to your survey responses that you like to have guests on. And so that's what we have, and we have asked many others to be on the program, and so we look forward to being able to share that with you. We'd like to move into the first segment of the program. Before I do that, I just want to note that we create safe space here to make sure that residents have a voice and a vote and a vehicle to organize. But because of the type of organization that we are, we can't always sign off on all the views and opinions shared. So we just want to let you know that sometimes they don't necessarily reflect those of the organization that is SOC. I want to remind you every day we give a $25 gift certificate to our viewers, to those of you participating in the forum. If you fill out our survey, it's just a few questions long and it only takes a couple of minutes, and that's provided for you. The link in the comment section. And every day, $25. We know people are hurting. That's good for you, and it's to small businesses that support SOC in our district. And so then you're helping the district, and then we use that information because that's some of the ways we demonstrate to our funding partners that we gather feedback from you is by sharing those results. And so please do participate with that. Today's critical update. I don't know if you all have been following or not, but the Fire and Police Commission, hot off the press here, saw their press release, have requested that the Milwaukee Police Department hand over all the documents and materials regarding the investigation of Officer Mattioli. If you were following that, the report indicates there was a party at the officer's house and he and a friend got in a fight, and he put the gentleman in a chokehold, and that gentleman, Joel Acevedo, died as a result of that injury. And then the Fire and Police Commission has uh, issued a statement saying that they're going to investigate that what has turned into now a charge of first degree reckless homicide instead of internal affairs for the police doing it. And so they have demanded those documents be turned over by 5 o'clock today. On a side note about this case, it's reported that Mr. Acevedo was an organ donor and that his heart was donated to someone in need. And so, very sorry for the family and friends of Mr. Acevedo. And then the what little silver lining in this situation is that that his heart is beating for someone else. And we'll keep on top of this to share with you. SOC is an executive member of the Collaborative Community Committee. And this is an appointed committee by the Common Council to continue the work that the Department of Justice started here locally to review the police department and the Fire and Police Commission. And they issued a draft report that was eventually leaked to the public. And then our new federal administration, our new president, sort of put a halt on the Department of Justice's work in this area. But the community demanded that the findings from that review be taken forward. And so a community group, the African American Roundtable, friend and colleague, a leader of that, Marquesa Tucker, started sharing that report and asking the community, how can we respond to these findings with our own community-based, grassroots-based ideas to fix the problem of police community relations. And so the committee was formed, and another day I'm going to talk more in detail and share the presentation. But because of that, we stay vigilant about what progress is being made in this area, and cases like this bring it to the surface that we really need to pay attention and work together as a community to resolve these issues that face us with law enforcement and the community. And so that is our update, our critical update of things taking place today in the community. There are tons of things happening every day, and we can't possibly talk about all of them. So that I thought, because it was breaking news, you'd want to know. Now I'd like to invite on Taylor Herrada, our COVID-19 coronavirus coordinator. She's concluding this week because we have hired a new person because the job got bigger. Taylor was doing that part time, and she's doing our youth coordinating. And we've just hired Marlene Zaran, and she started full time, and you'll get to know her soon. She's onboarding right now. So, Taylor with us with a coronavirus update.
Hi everyone, my name is Taylor. Thank you so much for joining us on today's Community Life Forum. Wanted to talk to you about the Moving Milwaukee Forward plan, which allows the following to open up, provided physical distancing and protective measure requirements. So hair salons, barber shops, nail salons, day spas, waxing salons, eyebrow care establishments, tattoo parlors, body art establishments, and tanning facilities may open. Retail establishments, including indoor shopping malls, may also open. Outdoor playground equipment may be opened. Public beaches will be open for moving through while walking, running, or biking. Swimming, as well as team and contact sports on public beaches, will remain prohibited right now, so you are not allowed to congregate on the beach, but you are able to walk, run, or bike by that beach. There will still be a limit with how many can be inside one of these businesses at the same time. So most of the hair salons and stuff are requiring that you schedule an appointment and that you are still doing your payment online, but there is a limit with the amount of people that they are able to see. Restaurants can still remain open for carry-out or delivery service, but there is no seating that will be provided, and food cannot be eaten on the premises, inside or outside the establishment. Bars, including breweries, brew pubs, wineries, distilleries, and alcohol beverage retailers, may be open for pickup service and manufacturing, but no food or drink can be consumed on the property. So that's just a little update about the Milwaukee Moving Forward plan. You can find the entire plan in detail on our website by visiting socmilwaukee.org, and that will be available in English and in Spanish. Starting yesterday, they announced new hours for the free testing sites that are located at the Midtown Center and UMOS. They both have changed their hours. They're no longer available Monday through Sunday. However, they are still open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. These testing sites are free. No ID is required. You can just show up. Yesterday, we did share a video. Thank you to Kika and Eric for showing us their process through the UMOS testing site. You can check that out on our videos by going to our SOC Milwaukee Facebook page, clicking on our videos, and you can check out that segment from yesterday. Tomorrow we will have Nelson Soler, the founder of the Latino Chamber of Commerce and the Latino Entrepreneur Network, to talk more in detail about the grants that are going to be available for small business owners and minority business owners. So make sure you check back tomorrow, as we'll have a great guest talking about those. Thank you so much for tuning into our coronavirus segment. I'm Taylor again, and I'm going to pass it back to Tammy. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. And again, she's talking about the mayor's announcement of the Moving Milwaukee Forward. And what you need to know is there are announcements of some more liberties released, right? But there's still restrictions. So make sure you check on our website to the actual link. For instance, Deputy Commissioner Claire Evers shared that indeed the salons and the spas were open, but the guideline there was going to be if there are like 4 hairstylists, 4 people can be getting their hair done, but no one can be waiting, and it has to be by appointment. And so every one of those steps forward to new freedoms comes with some guidelines that have to be adhered. So make sure that you check on that before, if you're a business person or whether you're a consumer and want to access those services. We also, let's see who's here today so we can say some hellos. Hola, Uriel. Thank you for coming back. Great job of keeping all our information in the comments going. Drea, doing a great job there. I'm going to ask our Civic Engagement Manager, Gabe, to come on now and give us an update on those activities. Hola, Gabe.
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
Okay, so like you said, I'm doing this, so let me see if I can figure out how to put myself on. Nope, that's just you.
It's just me, but we're in it with you because we're all
And here I
learning.
am.
Yay!
Cool. Hi, everyone. Thanks for bearing with me. This is exciting. New skills being learned during this quarantine. So happy to be with all of you. For today's civic update, I have some information regarding another lawsuit that's being filed regarding Wisconsin elections. And this lawsuit has been filed by Disability Rights Wisconsin, Black Leaders Organizing for Communities, better known as BLOC, and 3 women who are Wisconsin residents. And this lawsuit claims that the state's plan to run the fall elections will violate the U.S. Constitution and will violate the Voting Rights Act, and it will also violate the Americans with Disabilities Act. And what this lawsuit is asking for is actually a long list, and it's asking the judge to require the Wisconsin Elections Commission to do the following. Make sure the state has enough poll workers and accessible voting machines, mail absentee ballot request forms to all registered voters, ensure every qualified voter who requests an absentee ballot gets one, alert voters if their ballot or request for an absentee ballot is denied, upgrade computer systems to accommodate an expected spike in absentee voting, require all communities to have drop boxes for absentee ballots, expand in-person voting opportunities, such as drive-up voting sites. And the lawsuit also asks to allow absentee ballots that arrive up to a week after the election be counted if they are postmarked by an election day or if they lack a postmark. So no matter whether they have a postmark or not, they should be counted. And I know we've talked about other federal lawsuits on the forum before, and those have, as of now, those lawsuits have been consolidated before U.S. District Judge William Conley. And this latest lawsuit that I just talked about could also be added to that set of lawsuits as well. So we will keep you up to date with all of that. And I also want to take the opportunity that I'm on here with you all and trying these new features. I'm going to share my screen with you because I've mentioned multiple times on the forum different ways that you can access online meetings and information regarding Common Council information, County Board information. So I'm going to take the opportunity to share my screen with all of you and see what that looks like online. So let me get that up here. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so we have here the City of Milwaukee City channel. And if I just go up to my browser and put in city.milwaukee.gov/city channel, this is the website that pops up. So it'll change up here in the browser, but just putting in that simple website is what will make this pop up. And so you can see here that there will be some different options that show up. This red box right here will take you to the live broadcast of the city channel. So whatever meeting is currently happening, whether it's live or a replay, you can get to it through this red box. So let's try that one first. And you can see that it takes you to the city channel. And this is going to be loading. It's muted right now. But let's take a look at what's playing, because over on the right side, you have the whole schedule of what's happening this week. So it's 3 p.m. right now. It looks like nothing in particularly scheduled. So just things that are in the vault, I guess, is what would be here. But you can see that they have different meetings. So this morning at 9 a.m., it was the Zoning, Neighborhoods, and Development Committee meeting. And you can see for the rest of the week what will be playing. And then also to the right, you can see whether it's live or a replay. So if I keep moving over, you can see here that meeting that happened this morning was live, and then they had a replay of another meeting at 1:30. So that's pretty cool that you can see that. And it has a schedule of the week to let you know what the city channel itself will be showing. So let's go back to this page. And now I'm going to show you this part, the Legislative Research Center. This is where you can go to access the recordings of committee meetings, common council meetings, other commission meetings, and then the information that accompany them. So whether it's the agenda, the minutes, and the video recording. So I'll click this. And this brings us to the monthly schedule of many different meetings that happen. So you can see it's in the latest meeting, and then going down is going to go to earlier in the month meetings. So if we go down, we can see all these different meetings. Let's go to today and see what's there. So today, I mentioned from that other website, from the city channel, the Zoning, Neighborhoods, and Development Committee meeting had a meeting this morning at 9 a.m. You can see the time right there. If I click on it, it'll highlight, tells you where it was. And then over here, you have the meeting details. So just a description of what's happening, the agenda, so what you can expect during that meeting, the minutes, and that will give you a very, like a summary of the important things that happened this meeting, during this committee meeting. So what was voted on, what passed, what didn't pass, things like that. It'll be a brief summary of what happened. And then of course, the actual video recording. So if I click on these two things, PDFs will open. And then if I click on this, it will be a video recording that you can then watch the entire video of the committee meeting. So this is pretty cool. You can change the way you want to view it. So if you want to do it by week, by this whole year, this month, it's totally up to you. And it's kind of fun to navigate and watch random older videos as well. So I encourage all of you to look at that. Also, just want to take the opportunity while I'm here. This is the City of Milwaukee meeting information. So Common Council, different committee meetings of the Common Council, commissions that belong to the City of Milwaukee, and things like that. But you also, the County of Milwaukee has its own branch of this website, I guess you could say. So if I'm up here in the browser after Milwaukee, I can just type in county, and that's milwaukeecounty.legistrar.com. And then I don't even need the calendar. So it could be milwaukee.legistrar.com or milwaukeecounty.legistrar.com. Hit enter, and then it will bring me to this default calendar page of all of the county meetings. Sorry about that. Ending that call. So you can see all of the county meetings here. So County Board of Supervisors, their different committee meetings of the county board, and all sorts of other commissions as well at the county level. So just wanted to take that opportunity to show you that as well, because they are two different levels of representation that we have for Milwaukee. So this is county. What I showed you before was the city. And also, while I'm already sharing my screen, I'm going to take the opportunity to show you the census. So we talk about the census all the time. We show you all sorts of videos, but what does it look like if you haven't actually been there yet? So if you go to 2020census.gov, this is what will come up, and you can explore all sorts of information about the census. If you hover over this, get the facts, you can get all sorts of information about what it is, who's required to respond, the important dates, all sorts of stuff. And I'm just going to click here on response rates to see how Milwaukee is doing, or how Wisconsin is doing in its response to the census. So let's see here. We go down, and you can see this graphic that you can hover over each state to see how they're doing. So let's see, if you go down a little more, let me go down a little more. The darker you get, the more response that state has. So we can see that Minnesota is still in #1 place, 69.7% response rate so far. Let's see where Wisconsin is at. We're at 67.1%, so not far behind, but definitely need to get our census filled out so we can get ahead of Minnesota. And then I can click on Wisconsin. And after I click on Wisconsin, over on the right side, I can go by county to see how we're doing by county. So let's see, again, the darker the color, the more, the higher the rate of response. So if we actually go down here to Milwaukee, we're actually below the state average. We're being beat out by our neighboring counties right now, Waukesha, Washington, Ozaukee, and some of these other more northern or western counties. So come on, Milwaukee, we got to get going. We got to get those census filled out so we can show these other counties that we're the best and we care about being counted. So go tell your family, go tell your friends to go fill out that census. You can fill out the census by going to my2020census.gov. Let's see what that looks like. It'll give you a explanation of the 2020 census, how to get started. Then you can also up here change the language. If I click Spanish, it will come up in Spanish. You can also change the language at the bottom. There's subtext here, so you can change it here. Go back to English. Let's see what happens when I click Start the Questionnaire. It will take us to this login page, and you'll remember that you got a 12-digit code on your census mailing. Whatever you got mailed from the Census Bureau, it would have a 12-digit code. And in some of the mailings, it was kind of small and obscure, but in others, it was the main thing on the page. Either way, if you don't have that code, it's okay. You can click down here where it says, if you don't have a census ID, click here, and you can fill out the census simply by putting in your address. So specify that it's US state or District of Columbia, hit next, and then you enter in your address. So that's what this looks like. And then it's just little screens like this over and over again between all the questions that you get asked. It took me like between 5 and 10 minutes to do. Super easy, super simple, no questions about citizenship, about immigration status. It doesn't ask for your social security number. All people should be filling this out because all people matter. All people should be counted, and we're all living here and should be counted. So I am going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you know that you can hit up SOC or myself with any questions you have about the census or anything else. How about you comment if you filled out the census, if you've navigated this city channel website before. Give us a like, give us a heart, give us a comment if you care about these things and you're going to let someone in your life know that they should be counted. So give us some love in the comments here. And I will hope that you all, from seeing what it's like to navigate it, will find it easier to do the census for those that haven't done it. So I will leave it at that, and I will give you back to Tammy. Oh, wait, sorry, Tammy, you are still muted. Let me unmute you here. And there you go.
Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate all your instructions in making that more accessible for us. I'm going to bring on our communications manager, Marisol, now to remind us about our daily drawing.
Hi, Community Forum. Reminding you of our daily $25 gift certificate drawing by filling out the survey located in the comments section. In the following day's forum, we'll announce the winner. It's a quick 5-question survey, and you can enter daily and win daily. Thanks for those of you who have been filling them out, and thanks for tuning in. Now let's find out who's today's winner.
Today's winner is Ivan Martinez Jr., who we know very well. Please contact us at our email so that you can claim your prize. Congratulations. Thank you for filling out the survey. We want to thank you all for being with us. It is our goal to make the program shorter as you requested. It's almost 3:30, so we hit my personal goal of splitting the forum at least in half when we don't have guests to make it a quick online forum for you. Thank you, and we are going to leave you now with our thank you for the partners and remind you that tomorrow you don't want to miss the program. The federal government um, has released funds, and the state has committed a lot of those to small businesses. And so has the local government. And so Nelson Solet is with us tomorrow to explain how things are going for the small business community and what resources are there. Thursday, we're having our health commissioner back, Jeanette Kowalik, and Friday, Jean Gerasi from the Benedict Center will be here. So we're going to leave you with our thank you video for our funding partners, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock with SAC.
Thanks.
Thank you to our sponsors, Wisconsin Voices, Community Develop Block Grant, Neo-Philanthropy State Infrastructure Fund, Movement Voter Project, Catholic Campaign for Human Development, Zilber Foundation, City of Milwaukee Office of Violence Prevention, Tides Foundation, City of Milwaukee Promise Sons, and all the faithful individuals who support SOC through their personal donations. We thank you.